All living things contain one or more cells. All living things use energy. Living things have a definite form and have a limited size. Living things grow. Somebody shout grow.
Grow.
Living things respond to changes in the environment. Living things can reproduce. Somebody shout produce. And living things eventually die. Now, within the margins of these scientific truths, there is a word that all of us are well acquainted with in this room, and that word is process. Somebody say process.
Process.
Now, over time, the word process, there are some negative sentiments that are associated with process. We don't always say it, but that's how we feel. When somebody tells you, yes, we can do it for you, but there's a process. Immediately we go, a process, another process. Now, there's a reason for that. Here's the reason for that. I want you to think about this for just a moment. You can be on somebody's island in about 3 hours by plane. All right? And with the click of a button, you can access almost any information you want without having to go to a library and check out a book. We're living in a day and age where you can have groceries delivered to your door. I have neighbors that don't leave to get their groceries. There's a truck in the morning that says Giant on it, and their groceries are coming right out. That's the time we're living in. We're living in a time where you can shop at the mall from a computer. You don't have to even bother with the hassle of crowds, with the unfriendly retail associate that you don't want to be bothered with anyway. You don't have to do none of that. You can go right behind your computer and you can shop. Even the corporate sector is migrating rapidly towards allowing their employees to telework so that they can make it more convenient. Trillion, billion, million-dollar industries are being run by individuals who roll over, sign on, and are working from the comforts of their home. Who would have ever thought that industries and businesses would be run by somebody who is sitting in their pajamas? Convenience is the new buzzword, Bishop. Convenience. How do we make it, Stanley, more convenient for our clients? How do we make it more convenient for our customers? How do we make it more convenient for our students? How do we make it more convenient? Look, here's the new wave of church now. How do we make it more convenient for our parishioners? Everything is about convenience. Now, I want to be clear. I want to go on record by saying that I enjoy all of the applications and technology that has been afforded to us by means of convenience. But I also want to make this statement that inadvertently convenience has become the enemy to process.
Come on, sir.
It's become the enemy to process. Now today, at this present moment, while we're here in the Lion's Den, there's some brilliant minds gathered around trying to think and brainstorm about how to make something more instantaneous for you to buy. How to make something more accessible for you to buy. How you can get this thing rapidly. Today, at this present moment, somebody's working on that right now. And as a result of this culture, process, waiting, delay has become uncomfortable. It's become unfamiliar. And frankly, it's become unattractive. We don't want to deal with process. Today's expectation from consumers is that you give me what I want and give it to me now. I need this to happen quickly. And as a result, humankind has had to alter and manipulate the process so that their pursuits and endeavors can happen more instantaneously. So here's a definition I want to give you. Process. A series of actions or steps taken in order to achieve a particular end. Speaking of process, let's talk about our foods for just a moment. They're being genetically modified, processed heavily to enhance and meet the growing demands of consumers. It's ironic, Dr. Johnson, that we would find that amidst all of the medical advancements that are taking place, that more people are stricken with diabetes, cancer, heart disease. We have all of the medical advancements, and yet the process has contributed to our demise. The research shows that in large, what we're seeing happen to human bodies over time is a result of us being given more and more things that have been processed in such a way for it to happen quickly. Yeah. I want you to understand this afternoon that there is a natural order to creation that has to involve a process.
That's good.
I want you to write this down. Process is an irrevocable law of nature. Process is an irrevocable law of nature. If you don't believe me, listen to this. A seed is planted.
Yes, it is.
Seed is watered. Seed begins to grow. Seed begins to grow. And then it becomes nurtured. We nurture it. We prune it. And when it is fully grown, after a process, now I can use it. And not before. Process. Baby typically takes 9 months to come. Some come early, some come late. But there's a specific reason why there is a time frame that has been designated for the female to carry that baby. Because inside of that womb, that child is being nurtured, they're being fed, they're being protected. It is the way to stop the external environmental interferences from messing with what's inside. And so the swelling, the checkups, the hormone changes are all a part of the process. Now, speaking of this, speaking of the seed, speaking of the baby, the most important part of process is the place where you are hidden. A seed, when planted, is buried beneath soil so that scavengers and animals cannot just come and mess up what it is that is supposed to be being produced. Many of us in this room are in the part of the process where we are hidden. Hidden. But there's something in your hidden season that's being cultivated, that's being developed, that has been input into your life, so you cannot allow your hidden season to cause you to dismiss what the process is doing. Now, I began with biology because I want you to understand that what's inside of each and every one of you is a living thing. I gave to you the criteria.